Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome to another edition of Poolside Perfumes. It is a glorious late Friday afternoon, and the weather is wonderful and the neighborhood is alive. If this is your first time, welcome. I film my perfume little chit chats outside next to my pool, and with that comes the glorious sounds of my neighborhood. Today I'm going to be doing my top 10 niche picks for summer. Again, not an exhaustive list, but out of all my perfumes, these are fragrances I know I'm going to reach for in the next several months. So with that, let's just get started. One of the first ones I'm going to grab on a hot day when I need a pick-me-up or I need just a happy perfume is going to be another one by Simone Andriole. I really do love that house, and it's going to be Sunplosion. I talk a lot about Malibu Party in the Bay, and that's a great one, but Sunplosion is a really, really good one too, and it doesn't get a lot of attention. This is guava, mango, coconut, lime. It just basically smells like an ambrosia without the heavy whipped cream. If you love your super fruity perfumes, this is fabulous. And I tend to wear it on a hot day when I have to work on the weekend, where I'm not really excited about going in on the weekend and I just want to smell happy and I need a pick-me-up. I will reach for my Sunplosion now. Unlike Malibu Party in the Bay, which lasts literally all day long, that one lasts 10 hours. This one struggles a little bit with regards to longevity, so I have a little travel spray I might take with me in my backpack, but it is delicious. And I also I love to pair it with this body cream, Firecracker Pop, from Bath & Body Works. This is like a fruit explosion with the additional note of cherry. So it's literally like the cherry on top of a delicious fruit bowl. Love them both, and I know I'm going to reach for them many, many times in the next several months. Another one I love to wear in the summer is my favorite summer flanker of Delena, and that is Delina La Rosee. I love to wear a Delena exclusive in the winter, and this is my favorite one in the summer. It's fresher, lighter, is slightly aquatic, or I would say watery. It has a watery musk without being overly aquatic. In other words, it's not very salty. It's more translucent and light. It still has that lychee, and it has a little bit of sweetness from pear, which I always think smells kind of like watermelon, like a watermelon sweetness. So this one is a major compliment getter. I kind of coat myself head to toe. I do wear this to work. It is work friendly, work appropriate. So I will be wearing Delina La Rosee a lot this summer. Another one I love to wear in the summer months is one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Sillage to wear in the summer, and it is Whispers of Time. And the bottle itself just kind of looks like summer. So to me, in the beginning, this smells a lot like Neroli Portofino, to the point that I used to have Neroli Portofino and I decluttered it because I thought they were too similar. But the beauty of this fragrance, or my favorite part of the fragrance, is in the dry down, where it kind of starts to smell like Fruit Loops. There's ginger, neroli, there's a little bit of florals, and cedar. And maybe it's the way that the ginger and the citruses and the neroli and cedar combine. The dry down smells like Fruit Loops. It's actually quite delicious, and I love it so much that I bought a body cream with the name of Fruit Loops. I bought this from Bath Time Confections. I've bought a ton of stuff from their site on Etsy, and if you have been following me, you know my husband, my spouse, Pat, is a notorious gourmand hater, and I'm a gourmand lover. He hates 90% of my gourmand fragrances, and sometimes for kicks, I love to have him smell a gourmand just to see him recoil and to get his reaction. And he smelled this and he said, okay, I finally love one of your gourmands. He absolutely loves this one. So these two together are a match made in heaven, and I've already worn it this summer. Everyone around me loves it when I wear it. They say I smell nice and fresh and a little bit sweet and fun. So these two are going to get a workout. The next one up is by Micallef, and their newest release from the Stories of Passion line, and this is Soleil Passion, and the bottle is just beautiful. Now, this fragrance is not going to be for everyone, but for the right person, I think it is spectacular. It has orange and strawberry and pomegranate. Not a lot of fragrances have pomegranate. I don't get a super strong pomegranate, but what I get, the overall vibe of this perfume is like a spa water. It's like a spa water made with Pellegrino. So it's sparkling, it's effervescent, and it just has a little bit of minerals in there. It's not a straightforward water, and it has a salty musk, almost like you added a little bit of ocean water to add a little bit of saltiness, but not enough to get seaweed. The combination just kind of smells like spa water at a seaside resort. Now, I will say that on me, on skin, sometimes the dry down can go a little bit sour, a little bit salty. So I spray on my clothes, and I also layer this one with a lotion depending on what notes I want to bring out. For example, if I want to bring out the strawberry, I will add my strawberry pound cake. If I want to bring out some mango, I also layer it with my mango mandarin, which is an oldie but a goodie, a classic from Bath & Body Works. And one of my favorite body creams, the mango body cream from the Body Shop. Is that mango? Yeah, it's mango. So I do tend to layer this, and then I don't get that salty, slightly sour dry down on my skin. I don't always get it, and I can't really figure out what it is, and I don't get it all the time. I know some people who love that and have no problems with it, but I'm super excited because the company sent me a brand spanking new full bottle. I didn't even know it was coming, so they didn't know I probably owned a bottle already. So since I have an extra bottle, this is a giveaway to anyone out there who would love to own a bottle of this summertime beauty. So if you're interested in this giveaway, just put a little sun emoji in the comments below. And the only reason I say that is because whenever you have a giveaway, there's a lot of shenanigans that go on. Sometimes people will create loads of false accounts. They're not subscribed, they don't even watch your channel, they're just there for the giveaway. And they'll create loads of extra accounts, and it kind of throws the giveaway into a tailspin, and it wonks up everything, and it kind of takes the fun out. So I don't ever advertise a giveaway ever, and I'm not even going to put it in the notes. So that way I know that you are a regular here. And those are the exact people I want to get my giveaways. Now, I've had giveaways in the past that I couldn't contact the winner. I'm going to notify you in the comments, and if I don't hear from you, then I'm going to notify the winner in a week. If you don't respond back in the comments, I'm going to post it on my community site. So look for both if you put your name down. So remember, just a sun emoji in the comments, and then I'll know that you want to participate. But yeah, Soleil Passion. So another fragrance I have already been wearing and I absolutely love is by the House of Ormonde Jayne, called Frangipani. And I think I have like 8 or 10 from this line, and her fragrances are just so classic. And this one is a Linden Blossom heavy fragrance, at least in the beginning. And I used to have this beautiful linden tree in the front of my yard. Actually, it was right up against my house, and because it was right up against my house, we had to cut it down. The arborist was like, gosh, this is really hard for me. That's one of the prettiest linden blossom trees I've ever seen. So they really are quite lovely. The scent of the blossom is quite lovely. The trees are lovely. So I do enjoy having a fragrance with that profile. And linden blossoms tend to they kind of smell like lime. They're citrusy, and they have a nice honey sweetness to it. But this is a beautifully blended musky floral with a very subtle woody dry down. It's absolutely beautiful. Even though this is a British brand, this just reminds me of Parisian chic. This to me is like a pressed white button-down shirt with khakis or some linen trousers and pretty leather sandals, and you just look effortlessly chic, and this is an effortlessly chic perfume. So the Linden Blossom is the most prominent in the beginning, so you have this nice kind of a citrusy fresh fragrance with a little bit of honeyed sweetness. You know, it's a very well blended floral, and I want to say ylang ylang is in here as well, but it's just got seamlessly blended florals and a little bit of sweetness from, I want to say, plum or peach, but it's got this like peachy plum subtle sweetness in the dry down, so it's a little bit sweet, and it has a light woody base to it. I absolutely love it. Just an effortlessly chic perfume that I will be wearing a ton this summer. Another delicious summer staple for me for the past couple years is one by Inesio, Parfums, and this is Musk Therapy. This smells so good, and this is a summer crowd pleaser. So to me, this is equal parts musk, citruses, and florals. There's black currant and there's orange in here. Orange is by far the most prominent, what I smell in here, with a little bit of black currant in the background. And I know this has magnolia and that magical note, Kilian, which is a fantasy note. I think it's actually a smoothing ingredient. It brings fragrances together. It kind of brings the notes better in a more seamless form. And it's supposed to smell like jasmine. I get no jasmine in here. And it has the musk is very clean. So it's it's a crisp, clean musk. And it has a super creamy sandalwood in the base. This is delicious. Every time I wear this, I get compliments. I wore this I had a work function. I didn't know what perfume to wear, so I was going to be outside, and I just grabbed Musk Therapy. And the nice waitress who was working our little area said, "Excuse me, can you tell me what perfume you're wearing? You smell amazing." So I was outside and she smelt it. I didn't go to town. I probably sprayed in between 5 to 8 times. I didn't want to offend anybody, but it was really, really good. But it's just the perfect fragrance that works in any situation, and it is wonderful in the heat, and it's very versatile. Work, errands, even to a kind of a fancy occasion. This is a very, very versatile fragrance. It could be worn year-round, but to me, this is just spring and summer in a bottle. I knew I wanted to put an MFK fragrance in here, and I wasn't sure if I was going to choose 724, which is one of my newer acquisitions, or Petit Matin, which I've had for several months. And I wore them side by side last night in preparation for this video, and it was like, I mean, I love them both, but Petit Matin is something that I'm going to pull for more in the summer, and I think it's because it has one of the best lemon notes of all of my fragrances. It has a lemon lavender combination that typically is very masculine, but there's something very, very appealing and unisex about this fragrance, and it has a sweetness, so it doesn't go into the masculine leaning zone. It's kind of sweet, and this has hawthorn in it, and hawthorn is a sweet honeyed floral, so that must be the sweetness I'm getting. Sometimes lavender can come off really soapy or screechy. It is so, so nice in here, and I think the floral is orange blossom or neroli. It's one of the two. I guess I'm not really getting a bitterness or a greenness, so I would guess orange blossom. This just smells so dang good, and it's lemon heavy. I think this has Italian lemon. It's lemon heavy, but without going into that cleansing product zone. And this is another one that's super versatile, work appropriate. I would wear this in any situation. I probably wouldn't wear it to somewhere I'm going to go and get super dressed up, but anything else, I would wear this perfume, and it's just very likable and inoffensive in my opinion, and very clean, perfectly appropriate for summer. So in a previous video, I had stated that I wasn't planning on buying God of Fire because I had several mango fragrances that I loved and I wanted to wear in the summer. And I had a lot of people ask me, well, which mango fragrances are you talking about? One of them is Sunplosion. Another one is this fragrance right here, Moonlight in Heaven. This is a mango, coconut, grapefruit, vetiver, and rice perfume. It has kind of all the notes I love. Vetiver can be hit or miss, but the combination of notes in here are absolutely magical. A lot of people say it smells like sticky mango rice. I don't quite get that, but it is slightly gourmand leaning for sure. When I first had it and when I first wore it, I used to think that I was getting tuberose in here, and it must be the way the notes are composed. Maybe it's like the rice, grapefruit, coconut combination. Kind of smells like tuberose to me, like a floral. There might be a white flower in here. There might be tuberose in here, and maybe it's just not listed, or I don't remember the notes. But I feel like I get a little bit of a tuberose note. Otherwise, it's just the way the notes are composed. It is a gorgeous fragrance. It just doesn't have great longevity, but it's very, very versatile. When I want to bring the mango facet out more, I will wear my mango body cream. When I want to bring the coconut out more, I will wear my coconut body butter from the Body Shop, one of my favorite coconut body products of all time. And when I want to bring out that creamy rice facet, I will use this delicious body butter I got from an Italian line called Tuttotondo, and I discovered them last year because I became obsessed with Italian fragrance houses after going to Italy and falling in love with many of them. So I have the perfume. It's the rice-based perfume, and it is absolutely delicious. I think this is actually more expensive than the perfume. The perfume is very, very reasonable. I want to say I paid around $45, and the body cream this body butter might have been a little bit more. But it layers so nicely with all of my rice perfumes, and I do promise I will do a rice perfume video coming up. I'm promising that for 2 years, but I'm overwhelmed. I have probably 25 rice heavy fragrances anyways. But if I want to bring out more of that creamy rice facet, I will pair it with my Riso body butter from Tuttotondo. And adding these body butters, adding these body creams not only brings out notes or note profiles I'm jiving with that day, it also improves the longevity of this fragrance, which in my opinion is on the mild to moderate side. This is absolutely not beast mode. It's beautiful, I love it, and absolutely a fragrance I love to wear in the summer. So I'm getting down to the last two, and one fragrance that I have been wanting to buy for literally years. I've been through 2 travel sprays of this. I thought I would just get it out of my system and I wouldn't want a full bottle. I actually bought, before I even started my channel, I bought an impression of this fragrance, and I didn't think that impression nailed the Amouage version, but the one I'm talking about that I will be wearing a lot this summer and I've already worn is Amouage Sunshine, and this came up on a terrific sale over at Joma Shop, so I jumped on it and finally bought the bottle, and I've worn this a handful of times, only having it maybe 3 weeks or so. It's just like sunshine in a bottle. This is a tobacco heavy fragrance. Now, tobacco to me is like fall and winter. So this does smell like tobacco, but this is apparently blonde tobacco. I think it's the blonde tobacco flower plant. I've never smelled it myself, but apparently it smells really, really good. And it does smell like tobacco, but it's not dirty. It's not earthy. It's not heavy. This to me smells like you took the petals from that tobacco flower and you dip them in apricot almond milk, and then you just let them out to dry, and once they kind of air dried, you picked up the petals, and the petals in my mind would smell like this. So this has almond in it. It has osmanthus, which smells like apricot. You've got this apricot, you've got a creamy almond. This is a very creamy almond, and a light, sweet, dry tobacco. It's gorgeous. It sounds like it's going to be a heavy wearing perfume. It's not. It's not heavy wearing. It's not heavy wearing at all. I've worn this to work, and people do not smell me until they come right into my scent bubble. It smells like sunshine in a bottle, and it's perfect for the summer. So the last fragrance on this list is from Carner, Barcelona, and they sent me over a discovery set several months ago and said we would love to send you whatever your favorite fragrance is from the set. I had a discovery set several years ago before I owned a channel and really enjoyed many of them. They've come out with a few new ones since that time. So in the discovery set, they sent me my 2 favorites that I didn't already own were Latin Lover and this one, Ibiza Nights. So for about a week solid, I did a side-by-side test, and it was really funny. We had some people working on my garage at the same time, and it was this handyman who's been working for me, or who has been helping me out for about, I don't know, 10 years. And I remember asking him and his little friend, like, hey, what do you think of my perfumes? And they were like, they both smell good, but this one is more interesting. And they were referring to Ibiza Night. And I kind of felt the same. Latin Lover, I'll probably end up purchasing myself later on down the road. I really, really like it. It's not groundbreaking, but it just smells really good. This one is the perfect combination. It does smell like vacation, and we are heading into the summer, and sometimes you just want to wear perfume that reminds you of being on vacation, or you want to pretend like you're on vacation when you're not. And that's why I chose this one. It does smell vacation-like. It smells like what I imagine the island would smell like. So this has like white flowers at the top. It has a creamy, fruity sweetness, and I think it has some yellow flowers in the dry down, I want to say ylang. And it has a little bit of spiciness, but it's just this perfect combination. It's floral, it's got a little bit of fruity sweetness, it's got a little bit of muskiness. It is I would say it's watery and slightly aquatic without being overly oceanic, and no seaweed going on here. So it does kind of smell like an island paradise or an island holiday. I really, really enjoy it. I wore it to work yesterday, and it was one of the most complimented perfumes I own. Every single person, I did overspray. I wanted it to last all day, so I sprayed like 12 to 15 times. And each person who came into my office said, wow, you smell good. So it was, you smell great. What are you wearing? And even at the end of the day, one of my coworkers said, you're so lucky, your perfume is still lasting. One of our new coworkers who just started, she's young, she's really cute. She said, do they sell that? That smells really good. Can I get that at Macy's or Dillard's? Like, she wanted to go leave work and immediately go purchase it. She loved it so much. So I love it. And it is kind of vacation in a bottle. So that does it for, I think that was 10. 10 niche fragrances that I am going to be wearing. I guarantee I'm going to be wearing, and many of them I've already worn in the next several months as we move into summer. Don't forget, if you want to be involved in the amazing giveaway from Micallef, let me know in the comments below. Give me that sun emoji and I will put you on the list. I'm going to let this go 1 week, and remember, check for the comments and check the community board. That's how I will notify you. And if I don't have anybody get back to me in a couple weeks, I'm just going to pull new people. So with that, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking around. I'd love to hear about your favorite fragrances to wear in the summer in the comments below. And with that, I will see you on the next one.